The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die. Slashing dash. Neutralized. Hand up, further you go. The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. Made the kill. Hot metal. Ready to dive back in. Great shot. Itchy trigger finger. Might turn a blade or two. Make that blade sing. Close encounter. Cutting edge. Bullseye. Pow! Faster, better. Look, an emergency. That pipe looks weak. The claw. Whoa. It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress, rods that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Shut. Put an end to it. Don't slip. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks travelled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and, without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right, but no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential... It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Let's try that again. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Quite a shock to the system. Let's try that again. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Chop it up. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. The scrap keeps piling up. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scam. He presents himself as out of date. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. There have been rumors of a the legend of the one-eyed... The child could have been anyone, but the... It's a scar you're covering under that eye. There's no doubt you're the child. And he says it has taken... It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma... Had it not been... Asks if you are tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if you're Sounds like he thinks he understands why you The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow The Nono prefer...
Feather bed.
You found... The Nono's key energy is just... Only you'll need to support... You'll need a net to catch the Nono. You had... He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of One day he hopes, but today... Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the from this day on, one day, the land you can already see. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Mooma comes looking for you. That's not true. She's the reason there's... He lost you there for a while. But no memory. He says he remembers every single day he devoted. The tree started to die. Records tell of the ruinous devastation. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merkpuff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. The Tree of Life is holding up, but the question is for how long? You're running out of time. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up. The road ahead won't be easy, but he wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. Regardless, you'll... You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the... He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He's grateful for that.
That's a spark of light in you!
That's right. Smack that spark out before it starts.
You don't have to be so harsh. It's such a little spark.
Take it out now while it's...
There's...
There's out of date again. He must have missed something important. The Jagni tribe, regardless of who... The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction, to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out of date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift. He believes the tribe Sifus, Jagni especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit. He'll be waiting for you beneath. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've... Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's a bridge. Just get over it. That's the Jagni tribe's fort. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war or part of the problem. Stop, Steve. Fast like a snake. They've restroyed the city, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tribals began. Seems sturdy enough. So, what will it be? Another road or the gate? Let's see. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Figures the Sifu would be...
Zata is the mój pitotloho. Kariesne zdace. Paro, ja put...
The Jagni tribe wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes as the only way they can...
Zum ilem dat nete.
He well...
Orzekali. Paro.
The news of a cold-blooded Ronin crossing the Great Wall through the crack in...
Orzekali. Onis purenos odlis.
He understands there's something about...
Na oko onis poloknost. Tada, novi.
Sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your...
Orzekali. Vlada.
The Sifu said Jagni doesn't...
Zivo pitotloho. Vlada. Zum ilem dat nete.
Says fear and hatred is the only path to domination, but you already know that. So embracing that side of you and helping them vanquish the tribes and letting the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life should be an easy decision. He expected you'd join them. You understand that the universe runs on the principle that the one who dominates others runs the show. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance. Their kin must put an end to the war. They have no... He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both share dark thoughts, so they want to wade. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken. Once you've conquered the rivals out, seeing you bring Jagni doesn't... He remembers your It's always the little... See? The vendor says you can browse his goods any time during opening hours. Hopes you're selling.
Sarumbula was a white to Ramonas. Amangara dance of the flower.
You may want it, but you can't afford it. It's Jagnir's fort. Bullets everywhere. Blasting it. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone. He asks how you are today. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. He understands Wang. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. Knowing how to swim won't solve. He says that wasn't too bad, was it? He said, but you need practice. Lots of practice. You need to rely on those who somehow know how to teach. You just need more time in the surf. That's the only way you'll ever learn how to swim. You forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. The dedication to training is important. You can't rely... You should know, practice makes perfect. As long as it doesn't kill you, she'll see you at the village square. Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. Asks how you're feeling today. You should look for things. He wonders what usefulness you found. He says whatever it is, he can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. That's the spirit. He'd love to teach. You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. He understands, but hopes you won't be needing it any time. He's looking forward. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the village square right away. She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone. You've always followed your own path, but this time she needs you to... They look determined. Better watch out. He asks you to stop right there and one... He's not scared of any. There's no way they'll let you... He wants to know who you think you are.
Saluto.
She asks if you're hurt. What happened? She's there for all disciples. That's her commitment as the most important. It's time to focus on your training now. She suggests that you forgive. Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best.
Yama fore dome da hunka amanka.
Seeing you always puts us...
Fiona tarin maman gomo ya.
He asks if you could help him, too, before you leave for training.
Jakuya intanka kudo. Kalba.
He'll leave the... He suggests... He's curious to see what you found. He says...
Sigaya lama yaba zien. Munteo masula.
He says...
Circa full of in the horse. Mancela fat.
The style might be...
Lech und lumpfarb. Fiona.
You should take it with you. Wear it to practice.
Darren mianda kagu.
He's looking for...
Amun.
Your Muma says it's about time you got here.
Antoro.
Hopes you're... She says she is eager to get...
Inadabsunka. Kamonu.
But there's enough time left for repetition, and you need it. Training dummies don't hit back.
Taifanamenuma.
Wants you to prove that with...
Bolakudo.
Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you.
Kalino?
Thanks you for been working on a present for you. With...
Aplitonumuta. Inadabsunka.
You should go see him and find out what it is. You've deserved it.
Kialdo male canaroto.
Catchy.
Ferena masalapo.
Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little thing.
Sana yote.
Figuring that, a piece of Scraptronics...
Vaseno kasaman warut.
It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow...
Pendrine senema.
You...
Dropalo.
Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder. It's been a long day.
Urasa durut.
Everything ends, but rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Loopa Loopin from setting the world on fire.
Antoro. Can't see. Camonu.
Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. Give it a last burst and you'll make it. Your Muma says this is it. The time has come. She must fight Lupa Lupin. This time there's no escape. She can hear him coming. Lupa Lupin is a problem older than you. Whatever happens, you need... She tells you to stay back. This is her fight. It has not... She loves how brave you are. Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on. Let's... see what you can make. Swift and sharp. The tribe's caught a fluffy hulk. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk's on the loose. Person. That hurt them. Whoosh! Shot through. It was harder than expected to take down the Fluff Hulk. They've received news a Ronin, a group of Jagni. You should hurry there and help them store. Mercy is for... Better not keep the... Look, an emergency box from the old days, when you needed to pack a... Wow, bet that nut makes a tight fist. At least you're not coming out of this empty-handed. A moon could make this a hunter's night. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it?